Good day, my co-educators. So, a lot of classroom teachers have been asking me, how do I delete a class? I need to delete a class. I created some classes that I don't need anymore. I need to have them deleted. And, probably I created one class 2 times. I need to delete one of them, and so on and so forth. And I keep telling them to archive and archive. The reason why I tell you to archive a class is that you might find out realizing that you still need that class. And I want you to know that once you have a class deleted, you cannot call back that class again. And all the students who had access to the class cannot have access to the class. In fact, they won't be able to see the class again. So we should take note of that. That said, deleting a class is actually very easy. Let us go to Google Classroom so that we will explain how to delete a class. Like I said earlier, deleting a class is very easy. But the first thing you should do to delete a class is to archive the class. You keep the class in an archive. You cannot delete a classroom that is active. All these classrooms that you can see on your screen are active. So therefore, I cannot delete them. So if I want to delete any of these classes, I have to first of all archive the class. When I archive the class, then I can go ahead and delete. You can only delete from archive. Let's take note of that. So how do I go about this? I pick a class. For example, I'm looking for a class that I would like to delete. Okay, this is a class that I want to delete. Without entering into the class, let me enter into the class. Without doing this, let me get out of the class. I'll press my back arrow to get out of the class. Without entering into the class, just while looking at the class, the 3 dots to the right side of the class, which is the menu for the class, you tap it. When you tap it, you tap archive. You see the option for archive. You tap archive. When you tap archive class will show you this. You and your students won't be able to make changes. You can view the class in archived, classes in the main menu, and find all classes in Drive. But once you archive a class, it becomes redundant while it is in the archive. So because I am sure I want to archive this class, and I know the reason why I want to archive this class is because I want to delete it, I will tap my archive. And once you tap archive, the class gets archived. This class is archived. How do I know the class is archived? To check my classes that are in the archive, because you can actually archive more than one class and keep them there in the archive. You tap the menu at the upper left side of your screen. You can see them, the 3 lines. You tap them and you scroll straight to archived classes. You can see archived classes. You tap archived classes and all the archived classes will display. You see that this is the class that I archived some seconds ago. If I mistakenly archive a class, or if I have archived the class in the past and I need the class to be back in action, or I need the class to be back active, I just tap the 3 dots at the right side of the class, which is the menu, and I'll select restore. Now, restore class, you and your students will be able to interact with the class again. This class will be shown on classes. So when you tap restore, the class becomes restored back. It's trying to tell me that I do not have any class in my archive again. If I get out of this archive by tapping my back arrow, I move away from the menu and I have the class back active. But remember our goal. We want to archive. We want to delete. And I said earlier that before you can delete a class, you must archive the class. So let us archive this class again and then delete it. You tap on the 3 dots to the right side of the class and you tap archive and you get the warning. You select archive if you are very sure that you really want to archive the class, and you go to the menu, which is at the upper right side of your screen, which are the 3 lines. You tap the archive, the menu, and scroll straight to archived classes. Tap archived classes and the archived class will be displayed. We want to delete. Remember, So we tap the three dots, which is the menu for the class. It's found at the right side of the class. You tap and you tap delete. Tapping delete here will give you this instruction. Delete class. You will no longer have access to any posts or comments that have been added to this class. Your class files will still be accessible through Google Drive. Warning, there is no way to undo this action. So deleting a class means that you are very sure you want to delete the class. But it told us that you can still access the files of the class in Google Drive, which is a good thing anyway. So you're so sure you want to delete this class, tap delete, and the class will permanently go away from your Google Classroom. The class is trying to delete right now, and now the class is fully deleted. Those teachers that have been asking me, how do we delete a class? This is how to delete a class. It's actually easy and it is direct. The first thing you should take note of, like I said earlier, is archive the class. Then go to the menu, scroll straight to archive, open archived classes. You see the classes that you archived, and you delete the class from there. Thank you.